What's up? What's up? My name is E, and we have some new information. The people say Kenya was giving Easy Ide the cold shoulder because her friend Ming, who you all will see on the Basketball Wives, but she was originally auditioning for Housewives of Atlanta, which at this point is truly one and the same. Truly, you look at the Basketball Wives cast and then you look at the Housewives of Atlanta, it's truly one and the same at this point. But anywho's, Ming and Easy Ide both dated Rick Ross. And somehow or another, the people got it in their heads that Ming is the one who sent Kenya the information about Easy Ide and all of her P-Hub videos, allegedly, and her P-Hub pictures, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. So people came into the comments and they asked me, what do I think? So if you want to know what I think, please hit the like and subscribe button and turn on the notifications, babe.
Been through a lot from the start. Just to figure out who I am.
All right. So the people wanted to know, what do I think about Ming giving Kenya the information to use against Easy Ide? And I think Ming said y'all need to stop lying. That's what I think. Ming said she didn't give Kenya shit, and she said that the evidence she has on Easy Ide is still on her phone right now. Ooh-wee. Oh my God, Easy Ide, not the evidence has not been released yet. Girl, respect to the law, respect to the law. The real receipts have yet to be released. See, you thought this thing with Kenya was going to be the end of it. No, baby, you got too many enemies. This is why I say that women who make best friends with men need to be weary. You need to be weary. You have too many enemies. Too many people got dirt on you. I could not live like this. I could not live like this. Can you imagine? Easy Ide has angered and rubbed a lot of women the wrong way, and she can't even see which direction her enemies are coming from. And now you walk across this screen when you're pretty and paid. Of course, the haters would throw shade. Bitch, you act like you have this sterling reputation. I really do wish Kenya could have finished the season, because if Ming was a friend of the show and Bravo had signed her on, that would have been a storyline for your ass. Side note, I don't know why Andy and Bravo didn't want to sign Ming to begin with. I mean, she's had just as much facial cosmetic surgery as the rest of them. She has Angela's nose, she got Portia's booty, and she got Easy Ide's face. No shade. They look alike. Don't y'all think? I do. I like Ming. I'm not trying to be funny, but really, she blends right in with the people. Plus, Ming has more followers than Easy Ide, Kelly, and Angela combined. She has more followers than Shamia, too. So I don't know why they didn't want to sign her on. But Ming said, my name is Bennett and I ain't in it. Okay? She said, I didn't give Kenya nothing. The internet told that girl business. What I know is still in my phone, and I'm not on the show. Not my monkey, not my circus. Ooh, not my monkey, not my circus. I feel you on that, Ming. She says, no, I'm on the real Basketball Wives, not the knockoff. Okay? So here's the deal. I saw Funky Dineva's video from last night, and I heard what he said about Kenya asking about the ring and giving Easy the church hug. Yeah. I'm subscribed to Funky. I actually love Funky's comments. He was actually one of the first YouTubers I subscribed to years ago when the Housewives started. So I have to start off by saying that. Still, I have to say, what's the church hug and what's the asking about the ring got to do with the pew, pew, pew? Again, I like Dineva. I respect what Dineva has built. I love the Funky Bunch. But what's that got to do with the pew, pew, pew? What's that got to do with it? If people think that's justifiable, to threaten someone's physical safety because they hugged you with one arm instead of two, baby, I truly understand how Donald Trump won 304 electoral college votes. I understand it now. I gave you a hug with one arm instead of two, so it's okay for you to say, I got whips and pow-pows. You gonna learn today. That's justifiable? Because I hugged you with one arm and said, please, please. Easy is lucky Kenya even hugged her at all. She's lucky she even got a hug. You even got an embrace. I wouldn't even shake your goddamn hand, let alone wrap my arm around you. You are lucky you got that. And more to it. Think about it. This is a show driven by exaggerated conflict, and it is a high-stress work environment. If you think that somebody asking you about your wedding band or giving you a church hug is enough to go off to that degree, baby, you haven't seen nothing yet. You just got here. This was not going to be a good fit. And Funky touched on that. Kenya didn't want them to bring on Easy. She wanted them to bring on Ming, which I can understand. Ming has the bigger following, and Ming is more established. She could attract more viewers to the show. And she needed an ally, because as we can see, between Angela, Kelly, and I like Kelly, but Kelly, you was dead ass wrong for what you did last week. Angela, Kelly, Easy E-Day, Drew, Portia. Kenya didn't have any allies. I could understand why Kenya wanted Ming on. It's nothing personal. She wanted her friend to come on. What's wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with that. Outside of the show, Easy E-Day has threatened people with pow-pows before. She streamed it. They've been talking about her on Facebook. How many times do I have to say, this woman has been acting a damn fool on the internet for years? And if this whole thing was about Ming, why did Kelly admit on Watch What Happens Live that Easy was plotting on Kenya from day one? If you ask me, this is easy to settle. They could have brought Ming on the show. Now that would have been an authentic storyline for your ass. Once again, truly original. Andy, you dropped the ball. You had the complete storyline in your grasp, and you let Shawnee steal your storyline and take it over there to the Basketball Wives. Andy, truly original. What the hell are you doing? You had the story. Like I say, you can always get down in the comments and you can ride for your fave. You can tell me to kiss your ass. Listen, I give you permission to do all of that. But I'm still riding for Kenya. And one more thing before we head on out. Somebody got in the comments and said, because I posted a video yesterday about Kenya saying she was going to sue Andy. They said, well, you know, Kenya can't sue because she was on the payroll. Let me clear that up right now. Kenya has been suspended for over a year. Okay? When Kenya says she's going to take legal action, it has nothing to do with the current contract. Kenya was threatening to sue for defamation. Andy and his two-man band were sitting on that podcast labeling Kenya as someone who had committed SA. That is a crime. That is a crime. In short, Andy was launching a smear campaign against Kenya because who would want to work with somebody with that label attached to them? Just like nobody would want to work with someone who was accused of trying to take somebody into their basement and turn the lock and not let them out. Nobody wants that label on them. And for Andy to have said that on a podcast in front of millions, that was irresponsible. It was negligent. And it was deliberate. He did that on purpose. Because this was the same week he had Cynthia on to disparage Kenya and make her look bad. Andy knows what he's doing. And I really want people to remember this. Kenya said in her response yesterday, Easy E-Day signed a release. She signed a release for those videos and those pictures. Remember, that's Easy's claim to fame. She said it about 8 times. I've been modeling since I was in high school. I've been modeling since I was in high school. Okay, now we have the evidence. The girl signed those papers and the distribution company released the footage. That's not revenge. That's not revenge. Revenge applies to explicit videos and photos which are private, to which you own the explicit copyright to. Easy E-Day signed her rights away. She didn't own the copyright to those. It's community property. It's for the streets. Those images and videos is now considered a part of her work history. This is why I keep saying this is her resume. We have to stop slinking around this word revenge piece so loosely, because then it becomes libel. There are a few people on the Atlanta cast with mugshots who have been convicted of crimes. Nene, Sheree, Phaedra's husband by way of Phaedra, allegedly. Marlo, Drew and that first baby daddy. There's some things I could say, but Drew, I like you, so I'm not going to go there right now. Portia, she has some mug shots too. Stop trying to make everybody a criminal like Portia. Stop it. Just accept the fact what Kenya did. Yes, it may have been distasteful in a public setting. I'll give you that. May have been inappropriate. I can say that. But it was absolutely legal. It was legal. Not only was it legal, but it serves as a teachable moment. Let this be a lesson to all. When nobody bothers you, then you should bother nobody. Let's stay in touch.